When I saw my asparagus still green in December, I panicked. Because if you cut too early, then you steal energy from the crown, and that will actually ruin next year's harvest. On the other hand, if you leave it too late, that will tempt in disease and mold that can equally be as damaging. In today's video, I shall show you the exact colour you're looking for when it comes to cutting down your asparagus fronds. Hello and welcome back to the No Dig Norfolk Gardener. My name is Barry and we grow our food here all year round using the No Dig method. Healthy plants equals healthy soil with big harvests. Traditionally, people say you should cut your asparagus fronds down in November. But look at this. It's December the 14th today and half of these are still green. Does it mean I've ruined them? Is it too late to cut them back? No, and here's why. Gardening doesn't really work to dates anymore. It's been very mild this autumn, and things have stayed green for much longer. And actually, that's fine. But here is what people get wrong. Mistake number one, cutting too early while the fronds are still green. When you do this, you rob the crown of precious energy. Mistake number two, leaving it too long before you cut it down. This will let mold and disease in, which can infect the crown. Mistake number three that people make is they cut it right down to the ground. You can do severe damage to the crown if you do this. Watch the fronds going from green to yellow to bronze. That's what will tell you when it's ready to be cut down. It's showing you that photosynthesis has finished taking place for the year. With asparagus, colour is much more important than the calendar. All summer and autumn, these fronds, they've been feeding the crown. These are solar panels converting sunlight into energy that are feeding the roots, or as we know it, the crown of the plant. Should we cut these now? Let's look closely. These fronds are still very green, so I'm going to leave those for another 2 or 3 weeks. This plant is in transition. You can see some are still yellow, some are still green. So within the next week or so, I can begin to cut these down. Whereas this plant has gone brown, a bronzy colour. And this is ready to cut down. And here's how to do it. You want to cut these about 2 inches from the ground level. This will ensure that you don't damage the crown. That's the last thing you want to do, otherwise you're not going to get any harvest next year. The other thing is, as we get to next spring, and you want to work on the bed for like some weeding, you know exactly where the crown is and where it's going to shoot its spears from. This is really important. Don't leave these debris on the bed. They could be harbouring something that's known as the asparagus beetle. And if you've got that, it can do severe damage for your crop next year. These are probably the one thing that I don't compost. What I tend to do with these is simply to burn them. By cutting this back, of course, you're ensuring that you're removing any traces of that pest.
We haven't actually ever seen any trace of it in this garden, have we? Thankfully.
No, we haven't as yet, no. But then, if you think about it, Mrs. W, you've never seen allium leaf miner until about 2 years ago.
Very true. Very true.
So I've just got some compost, put it in the wheelbarrow, and adding that to top up the asparagus bed. Now this will do a couple of things. It will protect the emerging spears against frosty weather, but it'll also begin to feed the soil life. We've added 2 inches of compost. You could use well-rotted manure. No digging, no disturbing those crowns, just a protective blanket on the surface. Over winter, the worms will work this down into the soil. By spring, the bed will be perfect for those first spears to push through. Remember I said I was changing the sowing date for these Triumphant. Triumphant is known as the Christmas Cauliflower. Now look at that. We're about a week and 5 days away from Christmas, are we, Mrs. W?
Something like that, yes. Not long now.
Not long, is it? And yeah, I think that's going to be bang on. The one next door too is starting to produce its head. It's a bit smaller at the moment. But over the next couple of weeks we'll be eating that. People often ask me why I grow a different variety of cauliflower. We have about 3 different varieties that we grow in a year, and that's because all of them are suited to the different seasons. These cauliflowers that are harvesting now, they're known as Roscoff types, and they're easily distinguished because you see how all of these leaves wrap themselves around the curd. They're protecting that against the elements. Of course, when it's ready, it'll open right out. And this is where knowing when to sow and making sure that you sow at the right time pays off. Sometimes it takes you 2 or 3 seasons because you sow in 1 week and it doesn't come ready when you want to, so you adjust and it may not still quite be there. We've pivoted again this year and you can see this has really paid off. And now I'll be able to tell everybody at any time exactly when to sow the seed for this Triumphant cauliflower. Let's see what these Marish pear are like. Mrs. W wants some new potatoes. And as you know, we started these off quite late in the year. Oh, look, some nice potatoes in there.
Oh, they do look nice. Lovely.
They're a nice size, they are. There's the seed potato. And you know, if you save your own potato seed, it's not going to cost you a huge amount. And you might as well give it a try. I know there's a lot of people out there that say, I wouldn't bother, this doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. But when you've got nice new potatoes like this, fresh out of the bucket, why wouldn't you give them a try? This is the same growing medium, compost, that we used originally. I just refreshed it with a bit of fish blood and bone, so it didn't cost me any more to buy compost.
It's a little bonus harvest, isn't it?
Exactly, Mrs. W.
Lovely.
There it is. That'll do nicely for tea tonight.
Yes, it certainly will. Can't wait.
So if you take one thing away from this video today, watch the colour, not the calendar. When the fronds are bronze, that's when you can cut your asparagus fronds down. Mild autumns, like this year, can change the timing of when this happens. And that's fine. The plant will always tell you when it's time to cut the fronds down. If this video has helped, then do give us a thumbs up. It really does help our channel to grow. And let me know in the comments, what's still growing in your garden in December? What are you still harvesting? If you want to take the guesswork out of when to sow something and you want to follow our exact schedule next year, you'll find our 2026 sowing calendar linked below. Stocks are limited, so grab your copy while you can. Asparagus is one of the perennial plants that grows in our garden. It's a really valuable crop because it harvests between April and the beginning of June, when there's very little to eat in the garden. You really are relying on your stored food and the few plants that you've managed to overwinter into the following year. Asparagus can be planted from 2-year-old crowns. It can also be sown from seed. And this is what we did. The asparagus you've seen today, we sowed 3 years ago from seed. It gave its first little harvest last year. We didn't pick everything that came up, but from 2026, we should be able to take a full and complete harvest from this amazing vegetable. If you want to see exactly how we did this, then watch this video next.